Steph and Luna, because they just come online so early with that mix of
5 seconds.
magical and physical, and they also are both fantastic pushers. So, you know, they get their one or two items really fast and then take your buildings and take Roche, and what can you do about it? So ban out SF.
Turn to ban.
And then the draft feels a little bit more free, or like you're a little bit more open.
10 seconds remaining.
You might have a bit more, you know, space to breathe in the actual, you know, from 10 to 20 minute mark.
Yeah,
and they ban it out first.
Yeah, when you've got those like hyper carries, those like hyper carry of the month heroes, like Shadow Fiend, you can take the risk and say, okay, just give it to him and we'll try and beat it, which you can do. For all of these hyper carries, but you're on a timer, right? And if you miss your timing, you are looking at the lost screen at the end of the game. So when I was drafting for a team last Phoenix League season, I made sure that those hyper carries got focused and banned out pretty much immediately, because I would rather give them something else and not have to precisely hit my timings to win a game. I would rather just get rid of it, play the game that I want to play with my team, and not have to draft against it either, right? I can start to pick the heroes that I want to pick for my team instead of picking the things that's going to beat insert hero X, Shadow Fiend, Luna, Windrunner, these sort of things.
Yeah, and I think that it's such a hard thing to deal with because, I mean, again, the SF did not have a good lane. But he gets a few minutes of peace and he's caught up and is back able to do what, you know, his job was. So the fact that his lane didn't go well was basically irrelevant because Radiant couldn't get enough out of the map in that small window that they had. Against other heroes, you know, you shut them down in lane and they need 10 minutes to recover. SF is half of that or even less. And they pick up the clockwork, which I like.
It's so good. And we saw how good Taco was on it. So, and RFA, I've seen play this hero and look really, really good in it as well. Also, there is a Rubik in play. Isn't RFA like a mad Rubik spammer?
Yeah, but it wouldn't surprise me if they leave it to the next phase, just because I don't think you're going to ban out a Rubik. So it's a pretty safe sort of, you know, we can pick something else that's got to either get banned or picked first instead. Rubik will be there. It's rarely ever a terrible Rubik game. So now, I definitely like the clockwork first over like a Rubik call.
I love this Bristleback Slam for two reasons. One, super relevant support, being picked heaps and heaps and heaps at the moment because of the goo. It's just so strong. But also, BegN for a PegN have a tremendous Bristleback player on their team in the form of Rain. Man makes this hero look super, super broken, so they can actually flex this Bristleback. While he's not super relevant as a 3 at the moment, if you know how to play the hero, you can win a game. So I actually really, really like the pickup just because of the players that are on BegN for PegN. But I also really like Clockwork as well. And I mean, if I had to choose a hero that's going to win a game as a support, it's probably Clockwork. And Clockwork does a lot to keep the Bristleback in place if it is a core as well. So keen to see how that Bristleback shapes up as the draft moves forward. And this time they lock in the Storm Spirit.
Okay, well, I like the confidence of the early Storm pick. Will Dyer say, okay, we're not going to try and, you know, 5-head draft this. Let's just slam some strong heroes that will just shut down a Storm and make him irrelevant.
5 seconds remain.
They have already banned out the Puck, which is a nice hero against the Storm, and vice versa. I'm surprised that BegN for a PegN banned out the DP. I mean, Nahaj played it well, but I don't think it's some crazy hero that you need to be that scared about.
How does it do into Bristleback? Is it still percentile drain? I feel like I asked this question and got told it was like magical or physical now.
It got that was like the really, oh my god, Connor, I hate you. That was the real heavy nerf that DP got was it went from being percentage HP drain to just a flat magic damage number. And then she went from being like first pick, first ban to being unpicked.
Okay.
Axe line, I like both of these heroes. Lots of lockdown. More so the line than the axe for a storm. And a bit of extra burst, nothing crazy. And also mana drain, you know, you stun a storm, you hex him, you mana drain him, and even if you're not necessarily killing him, he has too little mana to really get away.
Going back for the
And
hoodwink.
they're looking the hoodwink. Dean's 3-hero pool on display.
Well, I mean, like, Hoodwink, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's also quite a good counter to Bristleback. I know they'd already locked both of their supports, but brings a bit of break for Axe. A lot of counter initiation. Axe can go to Blink and get hit with an Acorn that's just bouncing around in the fight. Dro, though, not the strongest hero at the moment, and they haven't revealed their POS 1 yet, so very bold pick, bringing out the Drow.
Yeah, very confident draft from BegN for a PegN, and will Team Unreliable respond with like their own just confidence picks, or are they just gonna say, no, we'll just counter pick you? Drow does have a pretty okay lane versus an Axe, but it's nothing, you know, crazy. I don't think you're really keeping Axe out of lane that much as a Drow. Although with a Bristleback, possibly.
If it is a Bristleback support, that sounds quite strong to me.
I think I would like it more as a core this game.
Oh, yes. I love this freaking hero, Ilstaya, and I'm so glad I get to see it. I wonder who's going to be playing it. Maybe it's Naj? I think I've seen Naj play it before. So if Naj decides to play the Earth Spirit, I will be very, 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 very happy. I love Earth Spirit. He is so good. And he's actually very good here. He murks a Storm Spirit. He can get that Bristleback out of position and murk him. He can jump on top of a Drow if he picks up something like a Echo Saber. He can really, really make Drow have a really hard game, and he butchers a Hoodwink. So, love me some Earth Spirit. And I can see that my Twitch chat is already spamming my Earth Spirit emojis. Hell yeah, brother. Get those Earth Spirit emojis a-rolling. We got an Earth Spirit game on our hands, guys. Let's go. Let's go, Ilstaya. Okay.
Yeah, I like Earth Spirit as well this game.
Dire's turn to ban.
I'm curious as to why BegN for PegN picked up this Drow. Like
Dire must choose.
I'm not a Drow believer, at the moment. And I think if this is a Bristleback 5, she's not gonna really have like a meat shield to protect her and cover her, and Hoodwink can't really do that, and neither can Storm. So will this last pick reveal if it's going to be support Bristleback or offlane? I think offlane Bristle would be nice at this game. But then what do they pick up for a 5? I don't even know. I mean, Abaddon again would be okay. Purge, Lion, Hex.
Always pick up a battery hero for Storm Spirit too. Like your Coddles, your Ios.
Yeah, but then you're so squishy on 4 of your 5 heroes that
yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, I really like the Bristleback as a support. I don't know. I feel like it's a much better support in this game, and then you just pick up some monstrous 3. And there's still a bunch of them left in the pool.
Oh yeah, no, I just think that if it is a support Bristle, they need to have something like a Centaur, even though obviously that hero's banned out. But something like that to get in front for the Storm and the Hoodwink and the Drow, because none of those heroes want to be the one getting aggressed upon. And a Sven.
Now, I've been seeing this hero get picked a bit more lately. Not seeing it win a whole lot. MGC did pick it up as well and did all right on it, but I think it wasn't his performance. I think it is just the hero's not necessarily in a great place, which makes me very upset because I love Sven. I love heroes that man fight. They don't use their stupid little blinks or use your Juggernaut Omni Slash or your PA blink in. No, press button, run at them, hit them with big sword. That's what Sven does, and I love it when Sven is strong. He's just a big jacked fish man, and he's my favorite. So bring back Sven meta. Bring him back.
I think if they don't have a good early game on Team Unreliable and they're not ahead, I think going into mid game as a Sven versus those heroes, you're just going to get kited and never hit a single hero. You're going to get bushwhacked. You're going to get storm pulled. You're going to be moving at 200 ms thanks to bristleback goo, like, and frost arrows too. I mean, sure, your Warcry is really nice to help shore up your team against the bristle and the drow.
Now that they've revealed the Sven, I don't mind Briss 3 and an Io. Like, Io is a battery for Storm Spirit. It amps the Drow's damage an incredible amount. It can connect to the Bristleback and give him mana, and it's a battery for him as well. Mind you, I'd played a lot of Io at the moment, so it's fresh in my mind. But like, I like an Io here. They won't pick it. No one ever picks Io, but I think Io is a very good pick here.
It's too squishy here.
Yeah, but
it's just like more committal into what they. Yeah.
Oh, you called it. Well done. This is why you're my big brain analyst. Well done, Ilstaya.
I mean, it just makes sense, right? Like, it's just gonna. I mean, yeah. Again, I like that it's gonna be a core bristle. Because again, everything that they can throw onto a storm to catch him or a drow, you're just going to get shielded off, and Storm probably is not going to die. The drow can probably still die even if she does get shielded, if she's in a bad position. Yeah, I worry for this Sven having an impact this game. I think he's just going to get kited and not hit a single hero. However, if this Axe has a really good lane, and if this line gets a relatively early blink, they can just jump on top of Storm, they can jump on top of Drow and kill them. And the Hoodwink too. And it means that if Pee-wee is not sitting there right next to the Storm or the Drow, they're just gonna die.
Not to mention, you're talking about the Axe, the Sven getting kited. Can't get kited if Earth Spirit is kicking heroes to him. Just kicking heroes to be knocked on down. So, yeah, we'll see how we fare. I mean, I want to see a Sven win. I don't know that I will, but I desperately want to see a Sven win. Plus, Earth Spirit is on that team, so I want to see Earth Spirit win. Plus, as Jubei pointed out in chat, Dire has many manly heroes on it. So let's see some man fight in this game, Ilstaya. I am so freaking pumped to see how this game shakes up. Also, shout out to all you cuties coming by. I see Lon dropping by, saying hi, and Boot and Path of Exile in the background constantly. Let's go, Lon. I can see Mateo has turned up for a bit of fun. Good to see you, Mateo. Glint showing up, Yushel, Meow. Cena still hanging around it there as well. So many cuties. So I hope you're as absolutely pumped as I am for this Game 2 round robin in D2LA. BegN for PegN versus Team Unreliable. And let's see if Team Unreliable can take this second game after dropping the first one. So let's introduce the players once again. Team Radiant this time is Team Unreliable, and they have Ari on the Drow Ranger, Africa on the Storm Spirit, Pee-wee on the Abaddon, Rain on the Bristleback, and Illidan on the Hoodwink. Never mind, that's actually Team BegN for a PegN. Team Unreliables over here on Dire, and they have RFA on the Lion, Naharj on the Earth Spirit, Taco on the Clockwork, MGC on the Sven, and Ham on the Axe. Let's freaking get it, Ilstaya.
Yeah, so I think it's going to come down to mid. If Nahaj wins his lane and gets an early lead and can rotate to the side lanes, and I mean, ideally, I think he's going to rotate and kill the Drow. So if Earth Spirit and then by extension Axe get a good early game, I think Dire have a really good shot at this game. But I think if this Sven gets shut down and his jumping heroes don't have any sort of items and levels, it's just going to be a disaster. And the Sven, even with a lot of net worth, will struggle.
Okay. I think you're right. Like, I don't know. Not that I ever really disagree with you, but in this instance, I 100% agree with you. Like, I feel like Team Unreliable need to take a pretty, like a pretty strong lead and maintain that lead if they're going to win this game. I think if BegN for a PegN get away with the game, it's going to get real hard really, really quickly for Team Unreliable. So I agree with you. That's all I got to say. Ilstaria?
Nice.
Nice. High five. Echo chamber. Let's go. Okay.
There's some criminally ugly sets. I gotta say, Ham, this set is disgusting.
30
let's have a look.
seconds and counting.
Where is he? The axe? This new, yeah, I don't know. People like this new axe set. No, not a fan.
I hate it.
Where's his big red chest? You know, I want to feel the heat emanating from his big manly red chest. Okay, do you like this Storm Spirit skin though? Oh, I do love that big blue zappy boy. One of my favorites. One of my favorites.
Nahaj with literally only the belt slot being used. Weird.
You can't improve on perfection when it comes to Earth Spirit. Okay, Dean taking a whole bunch of damage here. Came to try and snatch the rune. Did do so, but gonna be taking a whole bunch of damage as he waddles off into those trees, so...
I mean, not even crazy damage, and he's just gonna live, so he basically gets away with thievery.
Where did those runes go there? So, Pee-wee, Africa, Ham, Dean. Okay. Now, did Rain go goo? Nope, he's gone sea and red. That's the Rain I know. Got the red crystals. The red hero. Gonna press these little red buttons. Whoa, beautiful pushback coming out from Dean. Taco, already very low, does have his wand, so should live here. But holy, they will need to be careful. This is what we saw Taco do last time, actually, against Minichin. We saw him play against Minichin in the best of 1 Sundays for this tournament. And he just focused on using the cogs to drain the Pos 3's mana. And the Pos 3 was irrelevant all lane. So I wonder if he elects to go for something like that again.
Classic Minichin being irrelevant. I mean, it is very nice versus Bristle early. He does have 2 mangoes, but yeah, a Bristle with no mana to spam out wheels and get stacks is not much of a threat.
Oh, and I actually missed the first blood. It looks like Taco plays forward onto Dean, and Dean, we first blood. What was that? Was that just battery salt into...
Yeah, he got cogs, then hit a whole bunch and just, yeah, kind of dies, like, in pinball fashion.
Rain popping his mango and thinking about playing forward, but gets bumped into those cogs, and that mango mana? Sorry, bruh. Get ping-ponged about. Rain losing all the mana he had. Holy, maybe he thinks about a soul ring this lane.
Dean has 2 mangoes for the Bristle, and yeah, pops them right away. I don't know if he'll worry too much. He just will have to accept that he probably won't have much mana for the first few minutes. It's not the end of the world, like you're not gonna probably be dying because of it, but it's just gonna mean the Bristle can't really threaten, which is nice for the Sven to not have to worry about. And mid Africa's having a fantastic time. I mean, Nahasha's not super far behind, but Africa is having quite a nice free lane. I mean, static slide really does make your matchup versus melees quite easy.
Yeah, I mean, I've mentioned it 100 times on stream, but I did play, it was a little while ago now, but I played Earth Spirit into Storm Spirit mid probably about 2 months ago now, expecting that I would just have the easy lane that I normally have into Storm Spirit, where I kick the crap out of him on Earth Spirit, and then grief his game for the rest of the game because I hit an early 6, but... to my shock and horror, he static slowed me the entire freaking, and that's the plural of slide, not S-L-O, S-L-O-D-E, anyway, he static slowed me out of the freaking lane, and I lost my very first lane I've ever lost to a Storm Spirit on Earth Spirit, and it felt terrible, so not quite the matchup it once was. That static slide going a long way to securing the lane for a Storm Spirit into melees.
Yeah, it's quite funny because like you read that facet and you go like, oh, that's nothing crazy, but it completely changed how this hero can play melee lanes and even ranged lanes that used to be quite hard to storm are nowhere near as bad as they used to be.
Ooh,
and against melees,
that bushwhack was right on the edge. Taco taking so much damage the quills will finish him off. Down goes Taco, a very needed kill for Rain in this lane. Man, he just don't slightly overextended. Sorry to interrupt you there. But hang on, before you start talking, Ham is actually thinking about diving RE. No, RE has the one. Turns for RFA. RFA now turning to run away. Ham thinking about playing forward, but will back up. Jeez, RFA got real low there. Holy.
Yeah, no,
Radiant's middle tower.
I already said the same, but it was just, yeah, static slide, good facet, even though it's a very simple one that isn't, you know, crazy for the overall game, but it just makes you look so good. Taku doing a good job of burning mana in top, but this Drow is having a pretty nice time. I mean, Axe can't really jump on a Drow. And even if they did lead with a line stun and catch her out of position, she's got the Abaddon beside her.
Now, Earth Spirit has now got 3 in his Boulder Smash, and this is when this is why this hero can now go back to the mid lane. There was a long time that he disappeared from the mid lane, but the buff on Boulder Slash and the amp it does to creep is so significant, and allows you to do exactly what Naj is doing right now, which is, if you're against a lane that's a little bit difficult, you just kick out the wave, take the last 2 creep that are left over, and then just go find a jungle camp or stack a jungle camp that you'll then go and kick down with Boulder Smash. The amp on it is just so good for him, so... He's trying to get to that ward. He will actually manage to secure it and does have the roll to get away before the Storm Spirit can put any more pain on him, so...
It was so close. That ward was so close to expiring too. So lucky that he gets it.
Okay. A bit of a slower game here, huh?
Yeah, quite so. Not super surprised. Both of these off lanes have the... Oh, actually, they're going on Ham bottom.
Ooh, are they? Have they found him? Ham in a bit of trouble, but there's a bunch of aggression happening mid too, so I want to get back over there. Ham getting slowed by RE. RE putting the pain down. Ham drops a blood grenade. Ooh, was that the blood grenade coming out from the Abaddon? We'll never know. Down goes the Axe.
Yeah, I think he wanted to drag the wave, but his support is not there to help him, and so even though they don't actually have a whole lot of damage from the Abaddon and the Drow, they kill him because he's out of position. And Dean did TP down for that, so if Dire can get a kill on the Bristle or zone him away from the creeps, it's okay.
Feels bad. Naj trying to play forward. He drops his first Magnetize, but Dean is here, so he can't collapse onto that Storm Spirit. That Storm Spirit was out of mana and a very easy kill. Naj thinking he can get it with the Magnetize, but Dean just right place, right time. And Naj has now wasted his first mag. That is a real feels bad and leaves him open to a gank from Africa if Africa elects to go on him with Ball Lightning.
Eager to know Dire's
Yeah, it always sucks. You know, your first ulti usage, you don't get anything out of it. Dean stacked up the Ancients and the hard camp for his probably Bristleback, I would expect. And both teams got their own wisdom runes.
You know, we were talking about this Sven having a good game. I mean, he's done it. He's come out on top against a Bristleback. Bristleback going to catch up with those stacks, but I mean, Sven needed to have a strong start, and he's got some stacks.
Yeah, I'm surprised that the Sven is a fair bit ahead of the Bristle.
Taco, what you doing? RFA and Taco. Why did RE caught inside the cogs? Ham walking on in. Does have the call. Doesn't have his 6 though. Bouncing that RE all about. Dean comes in with a beautiful bushwhack. Actually getting them off of RE. RE getting saved there by Dean. Dean playing out of his mind this game. Holy. Just right place, right time. Again and again and again. Oh, but they're going to make him pay for it. Naj is here. Drops the Boulder Smash. Beautiful backwards kick there. Manages to secure the kill onto Dean. Beautiful plays there from...
Nah, I'll flame Dean. He TP'd in, and the only reason why he TP'd in and it meant anything was because Ham is not level 6. If Ham has Culling Blade, that Drow dies. But yeah, Ham unfortunately not level 6, so they don't get the kill, even though Taco pinballed her quite well. And now the Bristle's almost caught up to the Sven. Once again, you know, heroes that farm fast, even if you shut them down a little bit, it doesn't matter that much unless you're doing it non-stop.
Okay. Well, Ham's going to be bullied a little bit here, but I think he's sort of getting thick enough that they'll need the Storm Spirit to kill him. But speaking of Storm Spirit, he's strolling on over, waddling his little pants on down. Taco on the sidelines. Hang on, there is a lion here as well. Cogs dropped onto RE, but RE turning with a beautiful gust straight onto Ham. Ham probably going to go for a call here, but on the sidelines, RFA getting caught by Africa. Africa putting some pain onto the lion, and the lion has a one, manages to live for now. No, not going to let him get away. Africa electing to just burst that lion. Taco and Ham playing forward onto the drow. In comes the Earth Spirit with a beautiful rolling boulder. Gets the boulder smash off to slow the Abaddon as well, and Abaddon does not have his 6. He's in a whole bunch of trouble. Ooh, manages to get the dispel, so the magnetize is gone. Looks like he's going to give up the Goss on that Earth Spirit. A lot of clicks coming out onto Taco from Africa. Africa trying to secure the kill. He has no mana, and that's exactly where Earth Spirit wants him. Gets a beautiful boulder smash, a beautiful kick, and that's going to be a dead Storm Spirit. God, I love Earth Spirit. Oh, I love Earth Spirit so much. Played that fight perfectly.
That was a much needed series of events for Dire there. Africa probably feeling quite strong because he had a shield rune, but he got all of his mana, you know, he used a lot of it, and then also the rest of it got burnt by Clock and Lion, I believe. So, yeah, I mean, a storm in their mana, even with the shield rune, you're just kind of food. So, super, super important that they get those kills, because they needed that acceleration on the heroes that were there for it. Storm is looking
how
top.
is this Bristleback looking? Level 9. He's trying to farm these stacks, but both supports are here trying to get some XP. Now, the support...
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fine.
Yeah, but the support who stacks the camps gets XP globally. So...
yeah, Dean was just being greedy, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'd do it too.
Alright. Actually having a really good game here. Bristleback doing... I mean, it's just Rain doing what Rain does. Hyper accelerating thanks to his support stacking for him.
I think I need to focus on killing this this Storm. They do have the tools to do it, and they need to shut him down and keep him down for as long as they can. RFA is going for a Glimmer, which I'm not a huge fan of. I just feel like this hero is just such a strong presence on the map when he has Blink. You blink Hex, you blink Earth Spike, you know. Sure, they're gonna have the Axe and the Earth Spirit to initiate, but not having to rely on either of them, or even waiting in the wings to like do a follow-up initiation is so strong.
You're 100% right. And sometimes I've seen this a million times before, where like the blink just feels so far away. Like you're sitting here with like he is now with like 500 gold or whatever, and you're looking towards your blink dagger thinking, I'm just not going to get there in time to be relevant. It looks like he's going for a 4 stuff now instead, which is still good. I like the 4 stuff better than the Glimmer. But yeah, I just feel like sometimes you just need to get to that blink. I've been in these games where I'm like, well, I'll just get a Pavis because I'm never going to get my blink, and then we absolutely lose because of it. So I really hope that this 4 staff will at least give him a little bit of that mobility he needs. Not quite the same as blinking on top of a Storm Spirit, though.
Yeah,
to be honest.
I do like that he's changed to the 4 staff at least, because yeah, for me, it's if you are really struggling and you're not going to get to a blink, or if you know that you're going to get jumped on, it's better than nothing to have a force. I think if you're going for a Glimmer or something like that, yeah, it's just you're neutering your own potential in a game. And against a hero like a Hoodwink that can be hard to catch with an Axe Call, which is playing in the trees, sometimes, you know, your stun is what you need. And yeah, the hero just shines with Blink. It's one of those heroes where you feel like the whole world opens up to you once you have that item, and every item beyond that is a luxury.
And there are certain heroes that just are entirely like predicated on a blink dagger. I mean, Axe is in this game. He needs his blink. Heroes like Earthshaker, if he's a support, pretty much always needs a blink before he's relevant. And there's plenty. I won't list them all off, but a Lion really genuinely does feel like there was that brief period where you could just go the suck and get 40 armor or whatever. But I mean, Blink Dagger is Blink Dagger, and Blink Hex is a Blink Hex. So anyway, we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, Blink Hex always going to be super strong. This game a little bit less so because of the Abaddon, but it means that if you blink Hex the Abaddon whilst your teammates, you know, the Earth Spirit and the Axe are going on the other cores, you can nullify the Abaddon's impact and stop him from protecting his teammates. Even if you're not killing him, you just keep him occupied. So yeah.
Speaking of like blink daggers, looks like Ham is still quite a long way off of his. Obviously didn't have the best lane and really starting to maybe feel that lane, because if he had a blink dagger right now, they're probably killing the Storm Spirit, but he doesn't.
Yeah, I mean his net worth is good. It's just that you like he has this blade mail, which you of course, you know, it's one of Max's most core items, but you don't really feel like a
Sven actually elects to drop his ult, but he's going to be caught next to those trees, so might be a waste of his ult here. He's trying to run down Dean, but I don't know if MGC knows what kind of hero he's chasing there. That's a hoodwink, and there's no catching the bloody rat.
Yeah, good. I mean, I don't mind him going for the try, because you're probably not team fighting on the Sven just yet, so even if you don't get the kill, you're still going to farm faster with your ulti.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, good to not chase the hoodwink who not only is slippery, but then also you don't know who's coming to back her up. So it's not a huge committal. It's not anything to write home about.
Alright.
RE though is not having a good time. He's level 7 compared to the Sven's level 12.
You that I had not realized. Oh, Ronaldo having a hard game there, mate. Yeah, brutal. This is not normally I see this player on top of the net worth. So, and we saw it last game. He obviously recovered from a rough lane on the Shadow Fiend, but this game, I mean,
he's 1-1 and 0. It's not like he's chain fed or anything, and his lane should have been okay. Just but they catch Africa mid. That looks like it was just a roll from the maybe a
hook shot,
and then a roll, or vice versa. Nahash has the Midas, which you've talked about before. That you like it, I also like it. Lets you, you know, secure your scaling into the rest of the game, and also I buy that item on any and every hero. So you know. It's never a bad Midas game.
This time Dean does not get away. He's in
did he get the wisdom though? He did.
He did get the wisdom, but he steps out into the center of the lane, away from trees, and MGC punishes him for it. Doesn't even need the ult.
That's worth it for Dean though.
For sure it is. Yeah.
This Abaddon is level 9 compared to the level 7 of Clock and level 7 of Lion. They're really nothing worse than losing your Wisdom Rune. The first two especially are the first one is the difference between you getting level 6 anytime soon, and then the 14-minute one is whether you're actually going to be hitting level 10 within the next 5 minutes. So a nice little play from Dean. He does die, but absolutely worth.
Here it
Rain
is.
farming up.
Hang on, scan onto Rain, and they've actually smoked up. They've got the Axe Blink Dagger, so I wonder if they like to go for something here. No? They read him. Read like a book. Rain's gone. Well, they're still invading, though.
I mean, he was just farming the jungle, so as soon as it's empty, there's no reason for him to be there.
Smoke breaks, finds RE, blink in, there it is, the core comes out with the blade mail, and that Drow in a whole bunch of trouble. Down he goes, Taco committing with the hook shot, but now Rain has got to play, and he's got his shard, which is a pretty scary little item for all of these heroes. 2 ports, no, the Axe catches RFA on the port out. Beautiful play coming out from Rain there, and now Ham having to get on out of here. Hairball coming up in just a second, but he gets the blink away, reveals to the creep wave, but Naj is here now.
Yeah, I was literally just about to say it's fine if they TP, because they had no cancels with them. But, yeah, poor Lion. He's got such a low health pool that he just dies.
Melts.
But yeah, again, that's another, it was a good kill on the Drow, and it was a Code of Blood for Axe. So, they're pretty happy with that. This Drow is struggling to get into the game right now. She's 3k net worth, or 3.5k net worth below the Sven. She's not having any relevance anytime soon. And even the Storm is actually kind of not poor, but he should be a little bit further ahead.
Ooh, Taco getting caught by Rain, and Rain's getting to the point where he becomes very, very scary. This Bristleback has his shard, he has his axe, and I don't think they can do anything against him for a little while. Taking another kill for himself, and this time onto Ham. We're about to see this Bristleback absolutely accelerate. This is its timing, and if it doesn't hit this timing, it becomes irrelevant. So, Rain putting the work in here. I wonder if Sven can stop this snowball that is about to begin to roll, Ilstaya. I'm getting worried for Team Unreliable. They don't have a drow, but they don't really need it. And plus, she can just sit behind this Bristleback and get back into the game.
Yeah. However, I think that if they can isolate the Bristle away from the rest of the team and they kill the rest of the Bristle's team, even if he kills them afterwards, in fact, Africa zips onto RFA.
Ooh, hang on. Finger comes out and down goes Africa. Maybe a little bit too bold. Beautiful little follow-up there from the Lion with the finger. They're actually going to go into the Abaddon. Abaddon still has his ult, so it's going to pop. But he's caught inside these cogs. MGC coming for this fight. And they're not going to try and save this Abaddon. He is going down. Call from Ham. Keeps him in position. A couple of right clicks from MGC, and down he goes. So looking to take in a tower now.
A bit over-aggressive of a zip there from Africa, especially for a support that doesn't have anything really, so it's not like you're they're going on
I don't think they can kill Rain. In fact, I think Rain might think about killing them. Ham in a difficult situation, doesn't have a blink, and now Rain playing forward onto him. Whoa! Down you go! Can't stand next to that Bristleback for very long, no matter who you are.
Ham's definitely dying there, but he didn't even use Blade Bow. May as well at least chuck some damage back onto the Bristle. But yeah, I think if Dire can jump and catch the Storm or Drow and kill them, whilst the Bristle is, waddling to the fight or just isn't there, then effectively his net worth is irrelevant. I think it's a mistake if they try and fight the Bristle head on for the time being, because they do not have the ways to deal with it. Although he still has the problem of if he has no mana, he kind of doesn't do anything.
Finds the supports in the trees, just walks in knowing they're there, and is actually getting bounced around a little bit by Taco. Actually has no mana. Is this Gyrocopter Diffusal Blade? It looks like Rain is out of mana and having to limp away. Magnetize put onto Pee-wee, so the Earth Spirit is not going to have as much damage as he wants to. Call gets that Bristleback, facing Ham. A big whip, a big zip coming in from Africa. They managed to secure the kill onto Taco. Taco going down, Ham to follow. Hang on, they may have lost the Bristleback, but they might have some follow-up here. Naj running out of mana himself, only 2 remnants left, managing to kill the Lion on the sideline, but MGC is here now trying to play forward onto Ari. Ari in a whole bunch of trouble, trying to put all of that God strength straight onto Ari as it forward from Africa, almost secures the kill onto Naj, but Naj able to get out of there. MGC is only tickling these heroes. They have so much armor, and Pee-wee keeping them alive, making sure that all of the damage he's trying to apply is not going to do much at all. A silence coming out from Naj, which allows him to turn onto Africa. Africa is dead. The multi-shot is enough to deal with Naj. MGC disappearing into the trees. Holy, that fight was extended. They managed to kill the Bristleback, the Storm Spirit, and the Hoodwink, but it does cost them both supports, the Earth Spirit and the Axe. Bit of a wash in XP and gold, Ilstaya.
Yeah, better XP for Dire, slightly better gold for Radiant. So yeah, a bit of a wash. This Sven doesn't actually hit that hard yet. He's got like kind of 2 pseudo damage items, but not any real hard damage items, and Drow does have a lot of armor, so I think if they're both kind of like hitting each other, I mean obviously the Drow's ulti will be disabled, so she's not hitting through the Sven's armor. So it'll be kind of like a stalemate where they're kind of both not really doing that much damage. But yeah, we saw there, like if the Bristle gets drained of mana, he's not anywhere near of a threat. He can't keep his stacks of Viscous and Quill Spray going, he can't throw out his Hairball, he can't, use his Ags, which is 100 mana, so, and his mana pool is only 900, that's not crazy big. Oh, and they're gonna catch the Drow, it looks like.
Yeah, I think she's moments from death. Ooh, actually, he reads that Remnant being put down because it's put slightly in her vision and manages to get on out of there. RFA dropping the finger to try and keep the pain onto her, but Pee-wee is here to keep her alive. And now, Dire having it back on out.
I think they should have committed there with RFA. As in, like, do what RFA was doing. Like, he said, no, we can kill her, and I think they absolutely could before the Abaddon gets there. And then the Abaddon probably TPs in, and then you go, oh, thanks, another free kill. Bit of a miscommunication there, I think. And I think a bit of a misplay from the Earth Spirit. He got on top of her. I mean, he missed the roll, but like, you know, he was right next to her. I think he could have kicked her back to his team.
Yeah, so I see this a lot with core Earth Spirit players, Ilstaya. They'll often go for the boulder smash kick for the slow rather than the kickback. I don't know why I see it so much with core players specifically. And people who have played like hundreds and hundreds of games on these heroes will often miss a good kickback when they're playing it as a core, so... And that was a situation where a big kickback would have turned the game. Holy Rain! Taking so much damage from MGC! MGC walking at him, trying to put the pain down. He's trying to get the extra click and he gets it. He does have Aegis though, so that Bristleback will be getting back up. Naj going in because he has a shield rune. And going on out. That's Aegis burned. I think you say Worth and try and get away, but Africa actually zipping straight on in onto RFA. RFA taking a whole bunch of damage. Looks like Bristleback turning and putting his axe down, but Africa caught in position. MGC trying to put the pain down. Gets silence, has to back on out. Naj rolling forward onto Rain. Rain still has a whole bunch of mana. He's thinking about playing forward onto these supports. MGC disappearing into the trees. Taco going to be taking a whole bunch of damage from this Bristleback if he elects to dive. Gives up the chase this time. But they take Aegis and a Baton for their Lion. I reckon they're pretty happy about that.
Yeah, I think as well they actually could have killed Africa, but again, it felt like a little bit of not everyone not being on the exact same page. I mean, these are new teams, so you expect it. Yeah, I really think they could have killed Africa there. Although in doing so, they may have lost another to the Bristol, so it may be best for them to just leave. And yeah, I don't know. Like this Bristle is absolutely a problem for him, but it doesn't feel like the Drow or the Storm are. And I think they're still a while away from having impact. Dire might hit a short window where this Fen is very scary and tough to deal with, and they can just burst the Bristle. And I forgot to even mention that, of course, Line Hex breaks Bristleback, so that's something else to consider.
What? What?
Hex breaks
Does Hex break?
Hex break with all special abilities disabled.
Holy shit.
I think Scythe doesn't, but like the spell Hex does. I can't remember.
What?
I think it did get changed at one point.
Okay, alright. This is why you're my big brain analyst. Hey, something else too I was just thinking as well while you were rattling on about the Hex breaking was that Sven really quite likes a Silver Edge and has now queued it up. He hadn't queued it up when I was looking at it before, but Silver Edge is a good item on him. It allows him to just sort of catch heroes with their pants down. He can sort of find a hero like a Storm Spirit, hit him with a stun and annihilate him, and then the break is also kind of handy against the Bristleback later, so...
Yeah, decent pickup. I just... That item feels so much weaker now that it doesn't build from a Chrysalis and give you like the crit. Like you do get a lot of just flat damage bonus, but not as nice as it used to be, I think.
In the long ago.
Having it built from crit was too good, I think. But...
Well, while this game is slowed down, let's give a bit of a shout out to our Twitch chat. I can see PPX very vocal tonight in their BPX, and I love seeing that because it means that I get to read everything that you say, and I can see the weapons grade raccoon in here doing his best to scout out the enemy talent that are on the other teams. I can see Glint in there, Scroats hanging around, You Shall Meow still in there as well, scouting out the enemy contested teams that he'll be playing against. So good to see you all in there. Oct as well. I can see Granger in there as well. All of you QTs, maximum QTs, thank you for coming along, supporting the stream, supporting the scene. Maximum QTs, huge presence coming out from my Twitch chat tonight, and I love to see it. Ilstaya, love seeing my Twitch chat having a good time.
I want them to have a terrible time.
Oh, spam some grumpy Ilstayas. I'll spam them for you. Where are they? I want them to have a terrible
Clock has
time.
a solar. I didn't realize. So that's gonna really help protect his teammates.
Yeah, I like that.
Pretty much all of the damage from Radiant is physical. I mean, you know, a bit of Storm is magical, but yeah, primarily physical. Hoodwink does have a Gleipnir now, so that will also potentially catch. I doubt Dire are going to be surprised to see it. They've probably seen it from a ward, but...
Oh, a zip forward from Africa onto RFA. RFA now has his BKB suck, and Africa has his BKB though. He's popped it. He'll take the kill. Ham landing with a beautiful call straight into that Storm Spirit, but he still has the mana to get on out of there. Has his BKB, so he'll probably just leave unless hookshot.
RFA has a blink now. He just audit. So I'm expecting them to get a smoke and try and get a pick with that. I mean, they already have a blink initiator anyway, but you know, you show the axe and then you have the.
Oh, MGC slightly missing Rain, and now he's caught between an entire team. Looks like the hookshot misses because of the harpoon. No! Ari able to slip away, at least for now, and the Bristleback is on the backline, zoning the rest of their team. I see a good come out onto Naj. Naj playing forward, but it looks like the axe is being zoned by the Bristleback on the sidelines. Ooh, MGC trying to connect onto Ari. Can't quite get there because of all these heals from Pee-wee. Ari so close. He gets her. Okay, that is the Drow down, but here comes a big old tip from Africa, and Taco just drops Naj, and MGC left alone now. There's silence onto that Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit going down from all the damage from that Sven. Sven trying to play forward onto Rain. Now comes the Magnetize, and it looks like Illidan might be a target of Naj's aggression. He's playing forward. MGC on the sidelines manages to finally deal with that. Abaddon, but Dean in a whole bunch of trouble. Naj running him down, and it's just Rain left. 4 men. Wipe coming out from Team Unreliable. Let's go.
Yeah. A nice fight for them. A little bit sloppy. That missed hook, which was because he was hooking where the Drow was, but then the Drow got pulled by the harpoon. Oh, in fact, RFA just dies.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Yeah, so a little bit of a sloppy fight. It could have been a bit cleaner. They would have basically popped the Drow within half a second. But instead she gets her Hurricane Pike off, she runs around, she's kiting them, she has Slanching Asha, so she's got quite a bit of move speed.
We also saw that solar crash you were talking about. Or was it a solar crash? I saw a barrier appear on it. It might have just been the Abaddon barrier.
That was Abaddon barrier. And that came out, if she had been where she originally was when this Sven went on her, he wouldn't have been able to get to her in time. So a good fight for them, and it could have been even better for Daya and even worse for Radiant. But yeah, Africa as well. His BKB was on cooldown, so he just gets silenced by the Earth Spirit and gets killed very fast by a Sven. And he's got pretty good armor. He's got 15 plus 6.
Sven running at Africa once again. I talked about this just a moment ago, and we're going to see it. There's the Sun, there's the God Strength. A couple more clicks will be enough. Ooh, he manages to slink away, so MGC just has to pop his PKB and get on out of there himself. Okay, Africa puckered, I reckon. Probably still quite puckered. Holy.
Yeah, I think it's a fun play. Oh, Taco.
Jesus! Those right clicks!
He had a lot of goose stacks on him. Taco, I think he was trying to hookshot the small camp instead of the big camp, and it just wasn't long enough. If he just targeted the big camp and then TP'd, he probably makes it out there. Meanwhile, Africa gets RFA.
Yeah, look, I've been the support in this Storm Spirit game where he can just jump on you and kill you no matter what. Rain now arriving here. MGC playing on the sidelines. Looks like Ham's going to pop his BKB and try and get to his high ground. Out comes the multi-shot, so he's taking a whole bunch of damage. The stun from MGC reveals himself. He probably didn't need to reveal himself there. Maybe the Silver Edge was running out. He still has another one, though,
Yeah,
so he'll slink away.
That almost could have been disastrous because his BKB is on cooldown. But, yeah. Naha should be fine here. I mean, that is something for Dire, is that Radiant are quite light on, like, actual disables. It's basically Storm Pool and Bushwhack. So, as long as...
Ooh, Taco finds the Storm Spirit, but Storm Spirit is Storm Spirit, so he zips away. He doesn't have a whole lot of mana, though, so we'll need to be careful. Naj knows it, thinks about playing forward, but Africa jumps to the high ground.
Africa's got a regen running, so he's going to be back up at full mana in a second.
How's his Galvanized stacks? 7. You're the Storm Spirit player. Is that good?
No.
Do we have more? No? Okay.
Yeah. No, he should definitely have more, but... You know, what are you going to do? Sometimes you just die. And I think it's harder to sort of snowball when you're playing a Storm against, like, any coordinated team. It's a lot easier in a pub versus people that aren't on comms.
Hey, they're all in position here for Storm Spirit, and they will find him. Silence comes out from the Earth Spirit, but you need to let that Axe initiate now. Africa thinking about playing forward. He actually zips straight on into the Axe. Okay, his BKB very short. If the Live Finger comes out, and down goes Africa. But all his right clicks coming out of Ari are pretty spooky. It looks like Naj going into the low ground to try and put some pain onto the supports, but the supports do have the damage to kill him, especially with a couple of clicks from that Drow. So, Earth Spirit down. They trade the Storm Spirit for the Earth Spirit. Hook. Ooh, Harpoon to try and keep Ari in position, but no, Ari is on out of there. Dunk! Coming out from the axe, and that's going to be a dead Abaddon. And now, Dean caught alone. One little click from that Sven is enough to deal with a Hoodwink, and down she goes.
This Sven is getting very, very scary. Yeah, a sloppy initiation from Dire, and then questionable from Africa to zip in. Like, you saw 3 heroes there. Yes, they missed their initiation on you, but it doesn't mean that those 3 heroes are suddenly gone. And your team can't back you up as fast as you can get in there. They don't have all lightning like you do.
Africa
So he
having
kind of just died for no reason.
Africa having object permanence issues there, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was being a little bit overconfident and suffers for it. And now Dire get Roche. They're in quite a nice position right now. They are having a little bit of problem with keeping Radiant locked down for the Sven to hit. That is, you know, classic Sven problems, even though he has a Harpoon and Sanjin Yasha and a Silver Edge.
That's for me.
If he gets a couple of Viscous stacks on him, he's going to be moving quite slow. And if he doesn't have an Earth Spirit and a Lion to really lock people down, he's going to struggle to actually kill people.
What a competitive game we're seeing here, Ilstaya. Like, it's 2020 at 33 minutes, only a 3k lead in one direction, and it still feels like anyone's game, which is crazy.
Exactly.
I mean, look at the look at that graph. Holy! What am I looking at? That XP to gold differential. Look at all that XP lead for B4P. Wow.
Yeah, that is one of the graphs of all time. They're smoked up on Radiant, looking.
Dire's all balled up in their triangle though, so may not find a connection.
They're gonna take this tier 2, which is the right move. You get Aegis, you wanna get something for it.
I wonder if they're going to elect to play the Skeeter style Sven. You know, Skeeter in the pro scene just like does exactly what they're doing right now, where he just walks the high ground, drops a Warcry, gets solar crested, and just punches down towers. And sometimes he'll just pop his ult to do it as well. And if they come back, he just backs off and uses the ult to farm.
Yeah,
so,
I think they should, and it looks like that will be what they do.
Yep, they get the forward up
is
first.
breaking all the trees so that the Hoodwink can't get into any funny position.
He was doing that on Sunday as well. Like, if they were thinking about pushing a tower, they would set up the fight by having Taco walk in and just cogs all the trees down so they couldn't rainbow TP in. It's a cheeky little play.
Yeah, it is a good play. Like, don't give the Hoodwink any easy way into a fight. Sven and his team a bit separated now. They didn't want to commit to pushing high ground, but that just means that the Bristol's going to be hitting their tier 2 for free.
Naji's hungry, can't quite connect.
And all the supports should be pinging that it is Wisdom Rune time, and that the Bristol is definitely going to take theirs, so they need to take... And they do. Okay.
Jesus, Bristle is also just absolutely giga stacked. I mean, he's got his AC, he's got his Bloodstone, he's got his Sergeant Yasha. Looks like he's thinking about Big Spin Stick next, which will give him some more mana. Ooh, yeah. Sven actually blinks into a Gust, and a Hex comes out onto that Drow, but you talked about the Dispel, and the Dispel they get. Rake onto the Drow, looks like they're going to elect to pop the God Strength. Naj trying to play forward onto Ari in a whole bunch of trouble. Africa elected to kill FA once again, but they just can't seem to connect onto Ari. Ari getting very low, a kick is enough to finish her off, and it looks like FGC now playing forward for that Abaddon going down. Naj getting very low, Rain is here now, FGC thinking about putting some pain onto Dean. The longest range harpoon I have ever seen. Africa flying back and trying to put some pain straight down onto FGC. FGC taking a whole bunch of damage. Ooh.
And that's a dieback from Africa.
MGC turning
I don't know if
now.
they can kill this Bristle, but they could just TP out for free.
I mean, once they've got the break, they probably can. Hey, I'm getting a call off. He's taunted. There's the break. They're trying to put some pain onto him. He's getting pumped around by those cogs. Pops the bloodstone. But MGC, hungry. MGC, gotta eat that harpoon. Ooh, was keeping that bristleback right where he wants him. There's the heals we were talking about earlier. Taco throws out the hookshot. Trying to slay. Can they kill this beast? He's so thick, they can't quite connect. He's getting away. He's gonna get the arcane rune. Drops the axe in return. Manages to burst Taco. He's wasting so much freaking time. Holy, come on, someone kill this freaking man. Down he goes. Rain eventually falling after what felt like literally minutes of chasing him. Gets the respect tip and what could have been a push and a Rax. Now, I mean, there's a drown this morning.
I think it's hard because either they commit to kill him or he just... Oh, they're going to Abaddon. And he's broken, so he can't pop his ulti.
Also, I heard Conan in the middle of all of that, so Zar, thank you, Zar, absolute QT, thank you for coming out with your resub for 3 months, absolutely appreciate you, numero uno QT. Okay, go Scepter now on that Earth Spirit. That Spirit should be able to get on out of there. Ooh, RFA jumping forward with the Hex, gets the stun, MGC hungry, jumping forward, and boom, down goes that Hoodwink. They're actually going to try and kill this Sven, and they get him. Uh-oh.
Yeah. He was already pretty low. I think, I don't know if he BKBs and just keeps running if he lives there, or if he still goes down, so... And they didn't get any tower, so, you know, not fantastic for Dire. I mean, obviously they had the really good team fight before. Africa did buy back and then died like a second later.
Yeah, but that's...
Ray did buy also a lot of space for his team, but it was kind of a problem of if they try and go and hit a high ground, the Bristol's just going to come and harass them there. And then by the time you eventually bring him down, his teammate's going to be respawning, and then you're all of a sudden in a really bad spot. So,
What's wrong with me? Why can't
even though it took forever to chase him.
Okay, they actually get the call off onto Africa and he's already dead. What I was going to say though, before that though, Ilstaya, is that Sven was worth almost 8k XP, and take a look at the XP. Oh no, actually, you know what? It did dive a long way back, but, I mean... 8k XP is 8k XP, especially when it's going to a Storm Spiritu and a Drow. Minimoda, thank you for the follow, boo. I've seen you in chat a bunch. Thank you for hot dropping the follow, QT. Appreciate you, Minimoda. Let's see if you can take it 3 for 3 at the next D2LA best of 1 Sundays, huh? All right.
Yeah, I didn't realize the Sven was such high level 28. He also has a nullifier now, and he's almost got Satanic, and he has a Paladin sword as well. So he's gonna be lifestealing so much. But yeah, Storm dead again. He's going for Ags and then a shard after. Maybe he should prioritize Lincoln's, just because whenever his BKB is on cooldown, he can't be in the fight.
Yeah,
although I guess if all he has to do is zip in BKB and use get an Ags Electric Vortex, if that's his like job for now, then it's fine. But I think Africa is going to struggle to play a team fight if that initial jump doesn't work. As soon as his BKB is off on cooldown, sorry, he's going to get hexed. He's going to get line stunned. Going to get rolled on by the Earth Spirit. Going to get silenced by the Spirit.
Okay, well, while we got a bit of a pause, have a bit of a shout out to the Twitch chat. I've seen a first time chatter in there. Bug out. Thank you for coming by, boo. Looks like you're an Africa fan. I love when the Africa fans turn up. There seems to be a whole bunch of them. So thank you for coming by and supporting your boy. I see Yusha, Meow, Minimoda, Tobbs, Raccoon, all you cuties. Young Harold. Goddamn. Young Harold. When are you going to play in the tournament again, boo? I want to see you work your magic. You're one of my favorites to see. So get back in the tournament scene. Good to see all of you cuties. Lon's still hanging out. I hope your PoE is going well. Let me know if you get any Headhunters or Mage Bloods, and if you get a 4-slot Mage Blood, please give it to me. Thank you. Appreciate you, boo.
Earthspirit has a Kai Assange.
Kai Assange?
I think a Hex would have just been better.
This game for sure, yeah. Ooh, NGC actually electing to go forward onto Bristleback. Bristleback in a whole bunch of trouble, getting absolutely annihilated by that Sven. Holy, having to get on out of there. They drop the right click onto Pee-wee, and Pee-wee's ult has been burst. Ags used on that Bristleback. Ari hexed. Ooh, a beautiful call from Ham. Might drag her out of position, but the stun actually means that she stands still. So BKB and call for nothing.
Yeah, I think that might have been a bit of a cursed go if they committed to that. So probably for the best to back off. But now they probably need to wait for their BKBs to be off cooldown before they can go again. Minute 30 till Roche. Radiant is smoked.
Okay, looks like they actually jumped straight on in, and holy, they are putting some pain down. Africa jumping forward onto MGC. MGC just turning and putting the pain down as quickly as he can. Looks like Narg rolling forward onto Rain. Rain, not the hero he wants to egress onto. Now the Abaddon and the Drow having to back on up. Abaddon goes invisible. Drow can't get to the high ground just yet. There's the 4-star. She's up on the high ground, but they've killed Africa once again. Probably could have got more, but Rain, this annoying bloody Bristleback, just zoning them.
Yeah, Africa dead again though. And MGC, bit of a misplay. He like hit Africa 3 times and got him down to like 1 hit left and then popped Satanic, so he barely healed. But the fact that MGC lived at all there was thanks entirely to his line for staffing him to safety, because he did not have BKB available and was in a very tough position. And Lion's getting an E-Blade. Will protect him from a Drow.
Does it protect you from the quills? The physical damage? No, it's only the right click.
Spell, yeah. I mean, you can still use it aggressively on the Drow to stop her from right-clicking. She doesn't have a Dispel.
I mean,
she's got no BKB or Manta. She's got BKB
banner
up.
here. Looks like they're looking for a siege. Man, I think the only reason this game hasn't ended is Rain just absolutely standing there, just man-moding. Like, they have to commit so much to kill him that they won't have anything left in the tank to deal with the rest of the team. Oh, Glitnir onto Lion, Bushwhack onto Lion, multi-shot onto Lion, and then looks like he actually gets himself saved. Oh, the break, almost enough, he gets his finger off, and he actually kills Rain. Rain is down, Rain does have his BKB. They're jumping forward onto Drow, Drow having to get on out of there. There's the buyback from the Bristleback, and I think that'll be enough for them to get on out. Africa, burning a lot of mana, but not taking a whole lot of kills there. Solar Crest. It looks like Naj flying forward into the back line, drops his BKB, and he's going to have to port on out. The rest of the team having a big old scary Bristleback. Chase him down. Down goes the axe, and it looks like Rain's thinking about going for this Sven. Can't see him, so Sven will slink away. But they got the buyback out of the Bristleback, and they proved that they could kill him, so... Ooh.
Yeah, a costly hold. Yeah, there's not a lot that Bristle can go here right now, because the problem is he's in a position where I think he can just get chain stunned and killed during a break, and he's getting initiated upon, so he's not going to be able to have a BKB and have that, he's going to be stunned. He can't use the item. So what do you really go? Not sure. And in fact, MGC's got a double damage and he's gonna walk right into Africa.
He does. Africa in a little bit of danger. Oh, stun. He's just waiting for his God Strength, which comes up in 1 second. He doesn't have it, so he's not able to burst the Storm Spirit. The Storm Spirit actually managing to slink away, and now Rain has come to play. Double damage on the Sven. He drops his Silver Edge and manages just to slink away for now. Drow coming into this fight as well on the sidelines. Might be finding Taco. Taco taking a whole bunch of damage. Drops the Cog so they can't chase. Multi-shot will put a whole bunch of damage out. Rain still thinking about playing forward. There is a double damage on the Sven. He pops it. He drops the Silver Edge. That's the initiation from Taco, but they managed to get him on out, at least for now. Now, MGC playing forward, dropping their God Strength on RE taking a whole bunch of damage. 1 or 2 more clicks might be enough, but the Bushwhack keeps him in place. Illidan keeping his +1 alive. Illidan getting burst by the Magnetize on the sideline. Rain really, really low. Taco trying to get on top of him. MGC still hunting the Magnetize, wearing him down, and down he goes. They kill Rain. That's no buyback for that Bristleback. That is a dead Drow. Ooh.
And they're gonna get a free Aegis here, it looks like.
Getting spooky, Staya. Getting real spooky for Team BegN for PegN.
Yeah, this Sven is absolutely ginormous. The next hero is 10k below him. He is huge. Still having a little bit of a problem with his, like the fact that he's getting kited. You know, Bristleback, such high move speed when he has Sanchiasha, Wind Waker, and of course, you know, stacks of Warpath. But if he can get on top of someone and hit them, they do just melt. They're going for this final tier 2, and then I would assume go high ground. They know that the Bristle is dead for 70, and I gotta say, I haven't really felt much of an impact from the Drow this game. The Storm, not having an ideal Storm game, but has at least been, you know, getting some picks and forcing, you know, BKBs and stuff out. But the Drow, I said it in the draft, I'm not a believer in the hero, and
seeing here that it's just not. Yeah, it's just not working for him. Like
he's trying to slow them down, but the creeps are under the banner.
Yeah, and they're just clicking their racks. They'll probably move on to another racks as well, because it's still 36 seconds, no Bristleback, and without the Bristleback, they really cannot fight. Like, who is the Storm initiating in onto? Bushwhack onto Sven, but...
And where's their damage? Like...
I mean, Drow just got a good 2 or 3 seconds of clicking that Sven, and only got him to half HP.
Yeah, he's got... his shard as well. I mean, I'm sure he's had it for quite a while now, but yeah.
And Drow's not going a damage item next either, Ilstar. Yeah, Drow's thinking about a BKB.
I mean, she needs it, but yeah, she doesn't, like... I mean, she hits pretty hard. 331 plus 25, and of course her ulti proc chance, but it just doesn't feel enough.
Yeah, for sure.
And the Storm's not really doing tons of damage either. The Hoodwink's doing a little bit. In fact, Dean has a Crystallis. But yeah, if the Bristleback's not there, a lot of their damage is just gone. And if the Bristleback's also not there to soak up some of the damage, this Storm dies in half a second, this Drow dies in half a second, even the Abaddon does. And we'll die there's a refresher now on the Sven as well, so really the only thing he's got left to get is like a Moon Shard and a Aghanim's Blessing.
His Ags actually is pretty good this game, really. Being able to like use it to like get on top of someone can be baited a bit by the Storm Spirit, but
yeah, even just the basic dispel, like if there's a Abaddon shield, I mean it's not some crazy thing you're dispelling, but you know.
Yeah, anything helps.
The problem is, I think he'd love to have a Daedalus this game, but he kind of can't get rid of any of the items that he has.
Feels like he's got enough damage though. Like, I know what you're saying, like he could just like two-shot pretty much every hero with the Daedalus, but he's still able to do quite a bit of damage. Dean is wasting their time. Whoa, no! Nash slightly off with the roll. I mean, you miss every roll you don't shoot for, so...
That is some good voice line usage from Dean there. And they're mass TPing onto this. Oh, this Bristle's on an island. If they...
Surely that flare is enough for him to just panic TP away.
TP out, or go through the portal.
Surely he panic TPs.
I think he's...
Yep.
He knows that needs to hide himself first, but if they had caught him there, I think the game's probably just over. Still a minute left on Aegis. Sven's about to be level 30, which is an extra 1 second on his stun. That's not insignificant.
Especially against that Storm Spirit. Like, we're already seeing how close he's getting without God Strength to killing that Storm Spirit. 1 extra second's probably enough to kill him without God Strength, right?
Yeah, and I mean, for the Bristle too, like, part of the problem with the Bristle is that he's able to kite long enough and heal up with Bloodstone.
Oh, aggression onto Naj. They've caught him. They're killing him. Oh, actually, has the cheese, pops his BKB, and now Africa in a whole bunch of trouble. He's rolling onto him. Down he goes. Oh, that is a pretty big kill. He does have buyback. Rain walking away with the magnetize on him. Should be okay. Very fast hero. They probably can't connect onto him, but Africa might be using his buyback very, very, very soon. Axe looking for an initiation. The longest range hex I've ever seen coming out from the Lion, but no one there to follow it up, so can't quite take the kill.
That's only with an E-Blade. That looks like it was like so far.
You know, why did that seem like it was...
He doesn't even have a telescope or psychic headband.
What? Why did that seem like it was so far?
I think sometimes it can be a little bit wonky when you're just like they're moving.
MDC punching down their racks.
Yeah, I think if they can force Africa to buy back, that's ideal.
Ooh, Harpoon to try and drag that Abaddon closer.
Yeah.
Ham actually getting the taunt onto the Bristleback. Bristleback being brought to the low ground, but hang on, that's just like hooking a Bristleback to your team, and that's a really, really spooky concept. Rain now running at them. MGC might be left behind. Does have his Silver Edge, so can't get out of there if there's no dust for him.
There's a gem on the Abaddon, but looks like Taco will be the sacrifice.
Oh, there's the Yules. You talked about the gem and they spot him immediately. He's trying to run a Pee-wee. Pee-wee trying to get on out of there. MGC trying to find a target. Call onto that Bristleback keeps him busy a little bit longer. He actually manages to block the Earth Spirit roll. He's getting kicked away from the team and it looks like Ari in a whole bunch of trouble. Caught on top of a high ground. The Sven wants her. Drops the Harpoon, but she's got the BKB so she's not dragged back. He's only dragged forward. They find Africa. Africa is dead. No buyback. Ham goes down as well. Ari in a whole bunch of trouble. One more click is enough and down she goes as well. 99 seconds before she's up. She'll have to use her buyback if she wants to rejoin this fight. Ooh. These fights are going, they're like on a knife's edge, Ilstaya. They are so close to going either way. Holy.
Yeah, they're so chaotic. Africa dead again though, like, he just, as soon as his BKB's expired, he just can't be anywhere near the fight.
Okay, MGC, forced up forward. Separated from his team a little bit. They drop the dust so they can see him. So the clicks will come out from Dean, and Dean's clicks do actually chip him quite a bit. Ham getting the call onto the Bristleback. Bristleback having to pop his BKB. Naj trying to bully him a little bit, but with that BKB up, there's not much they can do against him. Okay. Is RFA just going to pay for the mistakes of the mistakes
no, he's
of the
got
team?
force still.
Alright.
He might. Yeah, with that force from the...
Okay, looks like the Ghost Scepter does stop the Bristleback from doing any damage to him, and it looks like Naj actually rolling forward onto RE. Might have to be careful though. MGC playing on the sidelines, but there is still that gem in play, so he has to be careful
immune to physical damage.
Yeah. Oh, pulls Pee-wee back, but they don't have a gem on their team, but a call from Ham will reveal that Abaddon popping his ult early because he doesn't want to get killed after being broken. Hook shot in onto RE. Taco now isolated in the backline. They're pulling him left, right, and center. The BKB comes out on RE already. Holy, these fights are absolutely super chaotic. You can see these players are stressing out of their mind. There's the Bushwhack to try and keep the Sven down, but Naj rolls in onto RE. RE are not able to apply the damage that he needs to. Axe getting a tremendous call on the backlines. RE dead. Pee-wee to follow. Pee-wee to follow. Man, they have managed to burst Dean as well as he ports out. It's just the Bristleback, and I don't think it's going to be long.
Spawning in a second though, but I don't know if just these two have enough.
Nullifier to counter his big spin stick. He's caught inside the cogs. A beautiful hex coming out from the line of the back line and follows it with a stun. Hang on. Lion Finger coming out to Ham. Ham already dead, and it looks like the Bloodstone is enough to keep that Bristleback live a little bit longer. MGC in the air from big spin stick. Coming back down though, has the break. Can't quite connect onto the Bristleback. Africa jumping forward and pulling him back. Hang on, he might need to be careful. A beautiful force staff gets him out of harm's way, at least for now. They're so close to securing Megas, but they can't quite connect onto it. These fights are freaking so messy. Dean jumping forward, gets a beautiful pushback onto two. Africa jumping forward, manages to put some damage onto both MGC and Taco, kills them both. Okay, they've killed the Sven, and now there's an opportunity here. RFA in a little bit of trouble, gets the stun off onto two heroes, force-staffs himself and starts to try and port out. Can they kill him? No, big spin stick catches him.
So close.
It was so close. Down he goes.
I thought he got it then.
Holy! That was like a 4-minute fight.
Yeah, that was just the longest, like, most drawn out team fight. I don't know if you could call it a single team fight, it was like multiple. They do have buyback on the Sven. He's going for, I mean, it says that he's got refreshing computer, but obviously he's already got that. Crew's going to the secret shop. Is picking up anything?
Jesus,
I mean, the only thing I can assume it's either going to be Moonshot or a... Oh no, he's got an Axe Blast in now. That's got to help him with his kiting issue.
With Bristleback stacks, he's hitting for 700 damage. He's going to try and end this game. Rain playing forward. Hang on a second. Team Unreliable might be in a whole bunch of trouble. That Bristleback playing forward. Is the Sven buyback enough? I don't think it is enough, and I am very concerned for the Ancient that I am looking at. MGC playing on the sideline, pops his Silver Edge, trying to find a way in onto Africa, gets the stun, pops God Strength, puts the right clicks out, he has to pop his BKB and get on out of there. Rain trying to apply some damage on the backlines. Naj trying to burst Dean in a whole bunch of trouble, and down he goes. MGC still has God Strength for now, thinking about electing to turn and put the pain down, gets himself out with the Ogre Seal Totem, and may have just saved his Ancient, at least for now. There's the axe. He actually lands on top of Ari. Hold on. Yules gets him up in the air. Rain saving his pulse 1, at least for now. Naj playing forward, trying to connect onto something. Anything. If they take a kill here, the enemy team is in a whole bunch of trouble. Rain getting slowed, getting magnetized. The magnetized is enough to take out the Drow. Oh no. 100 seconds. No Ari. Ilstaya. Uh-oh. Team begging for a PegN. Uh-oh. Looking a bit spooky dooky at this point. They've just lost their pulse 1.
I think this game she's more of a pos 3 for. They're gonna go for Megas here. I don't even know how impactful Megas are. Just like end the game. You ward back on your Sven. Rapier on Bristleback.
Oh, and he's got it on spell. He's going for the spell amp.
Yeah, I mean, I think overall that's gonna be more impactful than him having it on the other, even though he does hit like a truck.
Yeah, he was hitting for 700, almost. He was actually hitting for over 800 damage just a second ago, so.
I think both teams know they're very, very close to losing. If Dire lose this fight, they might just get reverse throned.
I think so.
The Jar spawns.
Okay, there's the refresher. MGC thinking about committing for the tower, trying to put some damage down onto the Bristleback. Bristleback turning now with his BKB, trying to eliminate these supports and isolate MGC. MGC is getting a little bit isolated here, electing to put some pain on the tower. Pops his BKB just in time to stop that storm from going onto him. Hex and a stun onto the Bristleback. If they can just keep him locked down, they may not need to win the team fight. They may be able to just punch these Ancient. And it looks like begging for a PegN know it. They're trying to put some pain onto MGC. They're trying to bring him down, but he's got a Satanic. Holy, he's healed. He's back on full HP. He's turning. He's going to kill the Bristleback. Bristleback down. Rainbow's defeated. And with that, I think we'll see a GG. Holy, what a game we just witnessed, Ilstaya. Holy.
Yeah, that was... Even though I'd say for the vast majority of the game that Dire were in the lead, there was a few moments that looked very scary for them.